Hey friends, today's conversation is around how to become magnetic. Spoiler alert, you already are magnetic. So let's take a look at this through the lens of human design and play in this realm. Yesterday I did a webinar and it was beautiful. There were so many manifestors on that call and I love it. So this is not just a video for manifestors. This is a video for all of us, every human design type. However, I'm probably going to drop in a little bit more about a manifestor because they get very confused about their aura. So let's lean into the magic of your monopole. That is your magnetic and attraction center. Where is the monopole located? Well, the monopole is located directly behind the sternum of your rib cage. Okay. It sits there, and what it does is it is holding together in this illusion, it is holding together your personality and your design sides of your chart. Okay. And also, what it also brings in is, and it holds a neutral space for all of the openness. Okay. So the monopole is bringing you together, but now in this magic of you being separated in the illusion, the monopole also holds space for the neutrality of the consciousness field, because the consciousness field is neutral. Every potential is available out there. And what the monopole does through your design is it attracts in what you need to grow, to learn, to experience in this life. So every single type is magnetic. It does not matter that you have a closed and repelling aura, or that you have a sampling and Teflon aura like our reflectors. That does not matter. We all attract because we all have a monopole. Okay. So I am going to show you an example of this. It's just the just now chart. It is a projector. However, it doesn't matter what type you are. Everyone is attracting. Now, I'm going to say this so that our manifestors can lean in. And I have discussed this a few times on the channel, but I'm going to discuss it again here because there were so many questions in the webinar. Again, you can grab that link below, go to that page and you can take a look at that. When the aura says closed and repelling for our manifestors, I want you to understand this deeply in your cellular structure. So if you are a human design analyst, reader, you're using human design in your businesses, whatever it is, understand this. When you are working with a manifestor, they are not repelling people. They are repelling resistance. Okay, they are repelling resistance. So how do they do that? Of course, manifestors, you guys know this, you repel resistance by informing. And the one example that I don't know, I'm gonna guess and most of humanity knows the story of Moses splitting the seas so the Exodus could take place. What Moses did was stood there and at that moment used the repelling aura to move the resistance out of the way, which was the water. And because of that experience, others were able to move through into a safe space. Now, manifestors are designed to create cracks in the time-space continuum for creative form building experiences to happen. Everything in the throat Okay, everything in the throat. That's why a manifestor is a manifestor, is because they have a motor connected to the throat. Well, what is the throat? The throat is manifestation. It is action. It is communication. It's in the second quarter. Everything in the throat center resides in the second quarter of the mandala. Okay. And because of this, we require our manifestors to repel the resistance and open up time, space continuums for us to be creative and build the forms on this 3D plane that we need to. Okay. Now, let's go back to the magic of the magnetic monopole so that you can really understand this. I'm going to share my screen. It's a chart today of the just now. It's a just now chart. It's just a random chart. And here is what is so important. Okay. So that like, I want you as human beings that are here and you love human design, I want to simplify it so much for you that you can grasp this material in a whole new way. And I also have our self-study and the mentorship where we go deep into this, and I provoke people to go deep in and really start to look at design through a different lens. And that is not a lens of this is happening to me, but this is happening for me. Okay, so let's just take a look at this. The magnetic monopole resides just inside the sternum, and it sits there attracting the personality and the design aspects, holding that together in the illusion so that we can have this body graph. Okay. And now that we have this body graph and we have these two quantums that come together, this creates the life. This creates the vessel, and this creates the animation of the vessel, right? If we just have a vessel and no animation, there is no human experience. Okay. Now, or if we have animation and no physical body, we have no human experience. We need to have both to create the illusion. Everything that you see in your body graph that is undefined. So if we were to just take a look at this chart, every single one of these channels, every gate, every center that's undefined, and all those gates, channels, everything that is undefined, your magnetic monopole is bringing those experiences to you so that you can then turn around and share your design with all of that energy. So anything that's open, your monopole is attracting that into your life. Now, the monopole is holding a space that is completely neutral. So it is attracting in all of this energy. Now, when the monopole goes out and it's sitting there and it's attracting in, it's not deciphering whether or not this attraction factor, that what you're going to connect with on the other end, it's not discerning that. Okay, your monopole isn't discerning that. Your decision making then makes that discernment, whether or not you want to interact with any of the energy on the other end, whether you want to bring in any of this energy so that you can learn. You have full discernment over that. All your monopole is doing is holding together both aspects, plus bringing you all the experiences through all this openness. It is your discernment whether or not you interact with that. So when we hear, or when you see videos, or you read books around how to become magnetic, You are already magnetic. But what is happening is that the distortion field of the openness, the distortion field, what do I mean by distortion field? The distortion field is where we've reacted in a way because we think that we have a problem in these areas. We think that there's an issue there. We are led to believe from the collective energy, the tribal energy, other individuals, we have a problem and we need to work on these weaknesses. That's when all of a sudden the dense energy of our inaccurate thoughts starts to cloud and create a measurement of who and what we are attracting in. Once we begin to measure it, that is the whole realm of the mental plane, is a measurement tool. But the monopole, all it's doing is bringing you all of the energy that you are designed to interact with. Okay, that's all it's doing. And now your translation of that is going to either hinder what you're attracting, or you're going to be absolutely open and witnessing what you are attracting. When you sit in the witness role, when you watch what's coming towards you without any this or that, any judgment about it, and I get it, we do have a channel of judgment. We're designed to see the this and the that, some of us, okay? I get that. But when we're not going, oh, well, this is bad or this is good, we're just looking at the experience and trusting our discernment on whether or not we are going to engage with that energy field. That's what takes you to the next level of your quote unquote magnetism. You are already magnetic. But again, like I say, the not self, the cluttering, the conditioning has you believe that you're bringing in all of these challenging experiences, but it's just how the mental plane has created a connotation around those experiences. You are designed to interact with all that openness. And when you do that, and you do it through a witnessing state, what happens is now your discernment can step forward and dictate to you whether or not you're going to engage with it. When we feel like we're not magnetic, it's because we are pushing ourselves to try to get better at our openness instead of bringing those experiences in. We try our very, very hardest to effort. And when we are efforting and when we are pushing ourselves through that openness and trying to make decisions there, shoulda, woulda, couldas, that's when we feel unattractive and like we are not attracting the people that we need to attract. Okay? So I hope I brought this to you in a way where you can start to lean back in. Again, I look at this monopole like a merry-go-round. So imagine a merry-go-round in a playground. I don't know. I believe that they've been taken out of playgrounds now. But as a child, you can Google it if you don't know what a merry-go-round is. It holds, the monopole holds you together in that illusion. But when you are way out on the end of that merry-go-round and you're holding on for dear life and that merry-go-round is spinning around, it feels very chaotic. It feels very much like there's an effort there. You're holding on for dear life. But as you come back here into the monopole, you will notice that you will attract towards you what you need to attract towards you because you're holding this together. Okay, so instead of being a merry-go-round that's pushing outwards, there's this beautiful attraction factor that's bringing everything in towards you. Okay? So you are already magnetic. It does not matter what type you are. Okay? You already have that magnetic monopole doing the work for you. It is your job to witness what is that magnetic monopole designed to bring me. Look at all your openness. Now, can you interact with all that openness in a way that is through discernment instead of reaction and being triggered and freaking out and being in a state of, you know, on edge, nervousness, touchy, fearful, anxiety? Can you just lean in and go, oh, this is what I'm designed to interact with? And what am I learning here? What can be brought forth in this interaction so that I can grow and become a better human being? Now, if your decision making says this interaction isn't correct, if it says no to the invitation, if it says no to the response, if the initiation is not correct, let it go. Leave it alone. It wasn't yours to grow from. Your internal GPS system will tell you that. Your monopole's job is just to attract in. That's all it knows how to do. Okay? Then your discernment process tells you what to interact with. That, my friends, is how to become super attractive and magnetic, because there's no more layers of BS in the way between you and what you're designed to learn. So hopefully I kind of cleared that up for you. Please leave any comments below, and let's continue to play.